Are we here?
I hope we are, but we just need to ask everybody if they can actually
Can you see us? Can you see us?
That's a good question.
I don't know. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it just started.
I think that did it?
It should.
It says we're live. Yeah.
Yeah,
here we are. Okay.
It works.
So, hello everybody.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, and you'll be able to take questions, and that means that everybody is just welcome to ask their questions.
Welcome to our reminiscing of 6 years in Poznań.
That for sure. And
I'm
also,
going to share it right now to my fan page. So if I'm looking at my phone, it's not that I am ignoring anybody.
Exactly. We wouldn't think that way anyway, but it's good to know just in case. And I think if you share it on your fun page, that will also help. So we have some very great news to announce, but that will just be a bit later.
Yes.
I'm glad, Erik, you're with us.
I'm always glad to be here.
Yeah, I know.
This is a fantastic thing.
You probably have stopped counting how many times you've been on this radio show.
Yeah, it's been quite a few, but I remember each one individually and how much fun it's always been. So welcome to the 6 people that we have there watching us. So congratulations that you're not watching Star Wars today or in a mall. So
that you're not in a mall. Yeah, that actually could be it. Because
or maybe you are in a mall. You could be watching from the mall, I suppose. But
that makes sense to me. So you shared it on your fun page?
I did.
Okay.
I did. And I'll make sure that it's up and running.
I think I'm going to also share it on my profile.
We're good.
That makes sense.
Okay, so we're done sharing. Now we can get to the meat of the things. How are you? It's good to see you.
I don't know how much of...
He's got to write this, so I'll let him
No. Stay with us. That's something that... or maybe join with your questions. That's something that I should...
Join with your questions. That's always a good one.
Yay. Okay, I think the people are coming.
Good.
And I'm just very optimistic about this conversation. Erik, if you could be a little bit closer to the microphone.
Okay.
But not super close.
I'm right here.
And that's too close. Okay, so once again, hello everybody.
Hello.
I know that most of you just tuned in, so this will be the beginning.
We are done with our technical difficulties right now.
Yeah, as always. And I just wanted to let everyone know that sometimes I will talk about some music that I want to play, but then I will not actually play it in here because we're also recording a radio show. And if you want to hear this episode with Erik, with his music, then you will have to wait until January. But if you're very nosy, and if you want to see what's happening,
like me, I'm nosy.
Yeah, like Erik, then you can just easily be with us. Just like Bata has written, I'm always with you.
Oh, welcome.
And we want to thank you, Bata, for being with us, because Bata is also really a part of the production of this episode. And by the way, we have some chewing gum, or how would you call it?
I don't know, Tic Tacs.
Yeah, Tic Tacs. Okay, so this is a very fresh atmosphere.
Two for you. Yeah.
That's good. Okay, so I will just welcome everybody to the radio show, okay? And Ron Arthur Brown is watching, and Marek is watching, and Beata. Not me, Erik said that. I'm always with you, okay? So she was actually putting these words in quotation marks.
Super.
Yes, and I will just do the very last thing, and we will be ready for our conversation. So you can see a little bit of the behind the scenes. You don't see the screen too much, but how it works is it shows us all the waveforms that our noise or our voices would actually create. So that's really
this is a brand new room for me, so this is exciting, I think.
Yeah, welcome to MC Radio. That's super
right.
Cool. Okay. Hello and welcome to International Poznan. We are with Erik Witsoe, not for the first time though. No. It has happened multiple times, but I'm always happy to have Erik Witsoe on the radio show.
Oh, I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so very much. Erik Witsoe comes from Seattle, and he was one of the guests of the very first season of International Poznan. That was in 2013.
That's right.
Do you remember at that moment in your life, which year of your Polish experience was it to you?
That we had I guess we just opened up Bigfoot at that point. So we were about 6 months into running the coffee shop, I think, right?
Bigfoot.
Because it was, Bigfoot Coffee Shop. I owned a small coffee shop in the Passage Apollo, And I think it was about that time, 2013. So we'd been open for 6 months or so, I think, because it was winter time, right?
I think it was May, so
Was it
it
May?
was it was quite
Okay,
warm.
so it was a little bit warm. Never mind.
But what I remember is that Agnieszka, your fiancée, would actually send a message to me saying, "Oh, I see that you have this new radio show, which is with foreigners, and I would like to let you know about my fiancée."
That's right. Now I remember. I recalled it. Yes.
So I really owe a lot to Agnieszka, and I would like to say thank you once again, because Agnieszka has always been of great help. Your fiancé, that is to say. This is International Poznan on MC Radio. My name is Maciek House, and Erik Witsoe is from Seattle, has been living in Poznań for the last 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, please, now that this is this special time when we say goodbye to the previous year and there's the new shiny 2018, what does it feel like to be able to say, I've been in Poland for 6 years?
Great.
Yeah.
This has been a fantastic journey for me. I mean, and I think that we've talked about this numerous times, but my life here has not been anything but more enriched by moving here. It has taken a completely different turn than I ever would have expected, and it has been a very rewarding and just wonderful experience living here. So it's been extremely good for me. I can't even imagine not have had this experience.
Although there always is ups and downs.
Of course there's ups and downs. There's ups and downs wherever you are, I think, you know. It's like but the ups are really super interesting ups, and the downs are really interesting downs, you know, and where...
Or I felt that the downs were maybe insignificant.
No, it's all part of this great adventure of being in Poland, you know. I mean, it's... there's been some crazy things I've seen, gone through, been involved with, you know, but it's all been interesting. It's all been actually very, very wonderful.
Nothing short of unthinkable, or maybe nothing short of extraordinary.
Nothing short of extraordinary. That's true. You know, it never a dull moment or a boring time here for me.
That's good to hear. But maybe a time comes to move on, to change something.
Yes, a time has come to change something. So I guess I can say that now, right?
Yes, why not?
Okay, so the next year will be another part of moving on, and I will be actually moving to Warsaw. So
congratulations,
thank
Erik.
you.
That's
Thank
incredible.
You. Agnieszka and I are moving in January, so in February. At the beginning of that. And this is, you know, this is not, my basis goes for wherever she goes, I go. She asked to come to Poland 6 years ago to be closer to family and to finish her, get her PhD, which we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I said yes. And now the next part of her journey is going to begin. And it's yes again, of course, we're going to go. So, you know, it's also a bittersweet moment because I've had 6 years here that have been wonderful. You know, it's like I love this city. I love shooting in it. I'm branching off into something that's going to be unknown, you know, but still known. I feel really fortunate that we're remaining here in Poland. So, and it's not so far away. And
you know, being a foreigner, it always is extraordinary because you were not born here. And that also means that every single day can be a journey, can be something new. But then to actually change a city after 6 years, this also is some kind of pedaling out.
Yeah. It is.
Skok nieznany, tak można by to określić.
It's you know, it's another part of this journey, and it's going to be interesting. It'll be another piece of being interesting. So, you know.
So tell me, please, what is the Warsaw plan if you are going to change the city?
What you mean? For me specifically?
Yes.
I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. I'm going to continue finding those moments that make me smile every day, you know, and it's going to be and living my own Polish experience. Poland, you know, Warsaw is it's larger. It's much more busy in some factor. There's a general rush that's always happening there, so it's my whole perception of things will change.
So you're aware of that, aware of the fact that the Warsaw will always be more hectic,
Yeah.
and that this will be maybe a little bit less friendly or less friendly place. Maybe I don't want to say that. I'm just figuring out.
Or it could be even more friendly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know. You know, it's like I don't know what to expect. I have, when I say I've lived here in Poznań, I have lived here. I mean, I have been home to Seattle one time in 6 years. This has become this is, matter of fact, I have never stayed in one spot for so long in my life, other than when I grew up in my mom and dad's house.
Oh wow, so we're gonna talk about, please stay tuned, this is International Poznan. Stargazing is one of the major hits of last year, so Kaigo and Justin Jesso are with us, just as Erik Witsoe is. Thank you so very much for being with me on International Poznan, Erik.
Thank you.
And now we're in the studio having heard your decision to change the city. So this is still a big deal.
This is a huge deal. I mean, you know, this came up pretty quick. And, you know, it's a little bit nerve-wracking because I don't know what to expect coming up, and it's going to be something new for Agnieszka and I, and new surroundings, new way of life to get used to. But it's also thrilling at the same time because I'm looking for that again. You know, I'm really looking for something that's going to push me and project me into another sort of documenting, maybe.
And also maybe some sort of leaving comfort zones, because if you are in one place for 6 years, then a change is always a good thing. Maybe.
I believe change is always good. I think that I have never dealt. We scaled down to like probably had 15% of what we had together. So it was like just got rid of everything, sent it over here, and you know, it took 4 months for it to arrive, all of our belongings from home. And
so you had to wait for 4 months until they came here?
We had a really good Christmas that first year because we landed in our first year in Poznan. We were living in just outside in Svajic. And we lived in this apartment with nothing in it. We had nothing. We only brought 2 suitcases with us. We had winter clothes, and you know, I think I had my guitar with me and camera equipment, and that's it.
Do you still have your guitar?
I still have guitars.
Do you play it?
I don't play it as much as I had when I had the coffee shop, but I still play it occasionally. Yeah.
So, Beata would like to know, how much time did it take you to decide to move to Warsaw?
It didn't take much time on camera where I go, so that can become my world, and I think that's a very positive way to deal with it.
So I guess it sort of replies to the question from Beata. Do you plan to photograph the capital of Poland? Could it be done in an original way?
Well, we'll see. I mean, I hope so. You know, everything that I know about Poland, mostly everything I know is what I learned here, is what Poznań has taught me. The way that I shoot, how I see the world, how I see my Polish experience is all because of Poznań. Everything here. You know, there isn't one...
We actually reopen your coffee shop in Warsaw.
Oh, I miss my coffee shop a lot. But I'd have to say that those days are probably behind me, unless there was a way to do it where I wouldn't have to be physically at the place for 15 hours a day.
Yeah,
so
pretty much every single day.
Yeah, and it's, you know... it's just not a healthy experience. I mean, I love drinking coffee. I love sitting around chatting with people. I love hanging out and meeting people. Those are all the positives to it. But the downside of it is the amount of albums. So let's listen to Round Here today.
Okay, that makes perfect sense because it is about your life story. And I wanted to thank you for sharing that. This is International Poznan. Erik Witsoe is today in the studio with me, and everyone is so welcome to ask questions. Aubrielle says that she appreciates the fact that Americans are represented well in the show. And you are the American person that I've been able to know for like...
And do the same thing that we did, branch out and, you know, and continue to move forward, you know.
You're about to go to Warsaw, but this surely won't be the first time for you in Warsaw. So when you think of the city that you're about to soon live in, now, what do you think about it? Like, what's your first idea that comes into your mind?
how big it is. I mean, it's I've gotten really used to the size of Poznań, which reminds me.
They say it's very compact.
It's compacted, but it's what I realize I don't like about it is that I enjoy looking out the windows of the trams here, and
that will be missed.
Exactly, I can't see anything out the windows, and I don't know where I am. So proximity-wise, it's very different. I mean, I oftentimes will get on a tram and just go to somewhere I don't need to be and come around and come back. And that's what I do because I like to see the city that way. It's kind of like public taxi.